That's a heating pad on your back. I know everybody go, dang, she's sweating a whole lot. It's a heating pad. So, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it. This is my first book. I have an associate's degree in early childhood studies and a bachelor's degree in business management and a master's degree in human services. So I'm sure you guys like, so what does that have to do with writing? Well, I started writing when I was in high school. I was on the newspaper as an editor for the newspaper for my high school. And I actually wanted to be a journalist when I grew up, but we had a career day at school, and the guy is going around asking everyone, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, oh, I want to be a journalist. And he was like, oh, there's no black people in that field. You better try something else. And I was like, oh, well, I better try something else then. So I ended up in the child development field for the last 15 years. And I'm a lot older than what I look. I'm almost 40 years old. So I have a lot of experience with dating relationships. So that's what my book is actually about. I've been through a whole lot with different men. 15 chapters worth. And so because of the experiences that I've been through, I wanted to write a book about it because it was just so many unbelievable things that I had taken myself through, and some of the men had taken me through as well. So I'm not going to read a full chapter because I don't want to be up here too long, but I'm just going to read an excerpt from my book. Is that okay? Yes. All right. All my life, all I ever hoped for was finding a man who was loving, honest, faithful, sincere, supportive, understanding, caring, affectionate, spiritual, compassionate, a good listener, respectful, and goal-oriented. Get the picture? Every girl, woman wants to find a man who has certain qualities about himself that make you want to spend the rest of your life with them. Unfortunately, I have met so many men disguised as Mr. Right that has turned out to be Mr. Wrong. There have been so many scenarios that I can speak of, like the time the guy punched me in the mouth. I was hit so hard that I fell to the ground, and I hit my head on the curb. The next thing I remember was waking up at my homegirl's house asking what happened. Or the time some guy took me on a double date and left me and my friend while we were in the bathroom. Or the time this guy decided to drag race down Crenshaw, passing through all the red lights and then getting mad at me for asking him to take me home. Instead, he let me out on Imperial and Crenshaw and hit me in my back while I got out the car. Or the guy who tried to strangle me with the seatbelt because we got into an argument. Honestly, these are real stories that could go on and on. I have so many that it was difficult for me to decide which ones I share in this book. So allow me to introduce to you the men who made me the woman I was and the woman I am. So that's my book. When I was writing the book, I was hoping that my mother did not get a hold of the book. And she did. My mom is 81 years old, and she called me and she was like, I can't believe you wrote a book about your whole life story. And I said, well, I did. And she said, well, honestly, I couldn't have shared all the things that you did. And I told her, I said, well, I wanted to be able to share my experiences with other people so that they would know what to do or what not to do when they're in a relationship. So a lot of people are like, well, the book is listed under fiction. Well, yeah, it's nonfiction. The whole book is totally true, and it's basically an autobiography about myself. But nobody knows who Kennedee Devoe is, right? Y'all just met me tonight, right? So if you saw this in the autobiography section, you're not going to pick it up because you don't know me. So I listed it under fiction, but it is a very true story about all my good, bad, and ugly relationships and all the lessons that I learned from them. Any questions? Yes.
I'm curious to know, were you inspired to write a book, or were you more inspired to release all that built up emotion? Because these are like, 20 some odd book writers. By this being your first book, did you just have to release it and just leave it in the book and get it out of you? Or are you going to continue your journey as an author?
Well, like I said initially, I wanted to become a journalist, and I was deterred by somebody's bad advice about there's no black people in journalism. So I am working on book number 2, which is about my friendships, and they're true stories as well. But I only write true stories. I don't write fiction because my life has been a story within itself. It's just unbelievable that I have to tell someone because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to you. Because if I'm standing in front of you right now, you wouldn't know that I was assaulted, or I've been in jail, or I was a battered woman. You wouldn't know that just by looking at me. So that's why I'm able to share the stories, because they're so unrealistic that I just want people to know that you can't judge a book by its cover. Any other questions? Yes?
What, are you anticipating going into a different direction, or are you going to keep on that theme?
Well, right now, the friendship thing and this is all I have. Because once again, I've been through so much with so many different people that I just want to share the stories. Yes?
Did you change names?
Of course. I don't want to be sued. But yeah, I did change names. But all the stories are very much true. I ain't leaving anything out. And yeah, they're true.
I'm just curious, just for the sake of the craft and the artistry, why don't you put it under autobiography? Just for the, or is it for the money aspect of it, or is it just?
Well, I wanted to be able to target a larger audience.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because once again, you don't know me. So why would you want to read my story? That's just like Michael Jordan. You see his autobiography and then you see mine and you, who the hell is she? So, we want to make sure we get the book out there, and that's what it is.
What made you go through all that you went through? You didn't know who you were, or your mom didn't instill in a sense of self, or why
Okay.
did you go through what you went through?
Well, let me first say that my mom wanted me to let you guys know I am a church girl. So even when you read the book, just know that. But I am a church girl. But to answer your question, a lot of times when we're younger and we want to be in a relationship, we just put up with things just to say that we're in a relationship. And I think that's where I was in life at the time. Any other questions? Yes.
I think what you have just told us, I think it would be good for all of these young ladies to hear. Is there some way that you promote your book with young ladies, high school and college?
I do. I go onto the college campuses and I'm able to leave my flyers, pass out flyers, and sometimes when I'm there, we have a group of girls that come and we'll chat with them and let them know what the book is about. Yes.
I have more of a comment. You come across really relatable to things that are actually going on and relevant in people's lives now. So I applaud your book.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes.
Are you still working and writing? Do you work regularly?
Yes, I work in 9 to 5. I'm actually a program director for Children and Family Services Department for a nonprofit agency in downtown LA. So I still write and I work. Any other questions? Yes.
What's the name of your book that's going to be about friends?
I don't know yet. I just know that I'm on chapter 12 and it sounds really good. Any other questions? Yes.
Are you still in contact with anyone that you've written about?
Well, The main character in the book, we've been together for 4 years. I've known him since I was 17, so we've known each other for about almost 20, 21 years now. So besides him, not really anyone else. Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful evening.